Are you facing the complex reality of parent-child estrangement? If so, this video is here to offer guidance and support. We understand the pain and confusion you may be experiencing, but remember, there is hope for healing and moving forward, and in many cases, rebuilding your relationship. This video will explore practical strategies to help you navigate this challenging condition and hopefully create a path towards reconciliation. Hi, I'm Marie Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach. Let's get started. Before we delve into the strategies, let's acknowledge the complexity of parent-child estrangement and the range of emotions it brings. Feelings such as sadness, depression, frustration, anxiety, and longing for a closer connection. This is all very normal. I have a video, How to Deal with Estranged Adult Children, and that will be helpful for you as well. Remember, you're not alone. By gaining insight and applying strategies, you can take steps toward healing and rebuilding trust. The first thing to consider is understanding the impact of estrangement. So the loss of the relationship status with your adult child can have a profound effect on your emotional well-being. It's important to understand the grieving process and the emotions you may have. Remember, your emotions are valid, and it's crucial to acknowledge and process them in order to move forward in your healing journey. And the second thing is to examine the root causes. So some of what's here will apply, some will not. In some cases, adult children leave the relationship for situations that do not have to do with the following root causes. We're going to talk about unresolved conflicts, because often unresolved conflicts contribute to why an adult child leaves. There's this breakdown of the relationship. Communication breakdowns make it really difficult for things to move forward where you're communicating properly. There's a lot of misunderstandings, ineffective patterns that go on, and this can contribute to estrangement. And then there's also the potential that your adult child is feeling that there were unmet needs. Reflect on any unmet emotional need or relational needs that might have played a role in the estrangement. There's a path towards empathy and forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing. Let's explore its significance. Empathy is the ability to understand their perspective. I get people that contact me and they're very upset and they want to tell their kids a thing or two about how upset they are because of the things that their adult child has said. If this happens, it's not that you don't have a right to what you feel and the way that you think. However, in order to bridge the gap, we need to look towards what they're saying and validate what they say. Hear what they're saying without the defensiveness. That's how we bridge the gap. Consider the process of forgiveness. When we forgive our adult child for the things that they did to harm us, the things that they said, and we forgive ourselves, it's an essential step towards rebuilding trust. Number 4 is effective communication strategies. Rebuilding trust requires being effective. Here are some strategies to consider. Active listening. Take time to listen attentively and without judgment. Creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. So some of you, I can hear you now saying, but I don't even talk to my adult child. How can this possibly happen? Well, I talk to a lot of people, and there are occasions where they do get to talk to their child at some type of a family event. And this step of active listening really gets messy because the adult child may say something that doesn't feel good to the parent, and rather than just listen, the parent gets defensive or has something to say that further breaks down the relationship mending process. So you're going to have a lot of feelings during this time period. And one of them is the potential for having texts or occasional emails with your adult child. It's really a good idea not to share your feelings with them. It's too big for them. They don't want to hear an excuse. They don't want to know your perspective for the most part unless they invite you. Expressing emotions effectively is really important. You want to find healthy ways to express your feelings, ensuring that they are heard and understood. So I talk to a lot of people that tell me, oh, I talked to my brother and my brother told me I should just forget my kids. They were terrible to me. They disrespected me. Well, I'm not sure this is a very healthy strategy, especially since you're pining for reconnection with your adult child. But talking to someone that can hear you, not judge you, and can offer sound advice, such as, I hear that you're really hurting and you want to reconnect with your adult child. Tell me more about what's going on, how you're feeling. Tell me about that. This is a space that's safe for you to express your feelings. And establishing healthy boundaries. Set clear boundaries to ensure respectful communication and protect your well-being. So a lot of people are cut off from their adult child, but there is this sporadic communication, and sometimes adult children are brutal, or they're unkind, or they say things that are really hurtful. And parents want to respond, and they want to say something, and they ought to say things that create a boundary, meaning it's not okay. You're willing to hear them as long as the dialogue is respectful. Yes, I want to hear what you have to say. However, let's speak to each other in a respectful manner. That's a good boundary. And the fifth thing is to seek professional support. This can be a valuable resource on your healing journey. And then you have a couple of options. One of them is therapy or counseling. Specifically, if you are very sad, very depressed, and find yourself grieving for an extended period of time, a professional therapist can help you navigate how to grieve. What's important is that you have an opportunity, as we discussed, to talk without the judgment and get guidance in helping you process your emotions. Another option is estrangement coaching. So, for example, when I have clients in front of me and we're doing estrangement coaching, I teach them what to do, what not to do, how to write an amends letter, how to navigate moving forward, specific things to help them. How about dealing with your grief, moving forward in processing your grief? We learn how to keep an open door with our adult children. So these are things that are an option on your healing journey. There are different therapeutic approaches, such as family therapy and individual counseling that can assist in rebuilding trust. If your adult child is open to it, seeing either an estrangement coach that does this type of work or a therapist that would be willing to see all of you. And if your adult child is agreeable to it, that is an excellent option. Another option are support groups. There are support groups that specifically tend to people that have had estranged adult children. And you get the insight and support from the group, and also a sense of being in a container with people who know what you're going through and understand what you're going through. And the sixth thing is moving forward. Setting realistic expectations and moving forward requires patience and perseverance and realistic expectations. So please keep in mind that the average length of estrangement, unfortunately, is 4.5 years. So it's a long time. This is not something that gets unraveled really quickly. So having patience and being able to continue knowing what to do and how to do it is really important. You also need consistency and commitment to put yourself in a place where you're growing, you're learning, you're getting better at being the human that you are for yourself, not just for your relationship, but you want to live and have a full life with joy. Even if your kid says they don't want to see you anymore, your consistent and positive actions towards the goal of moving forward will help you to lead a fuller life. Rebuilding trust and healing in parent-child estrangement is a journey that requires understanding, empathy, and effort from all parties involved. Sometimes adult children are just disinterested for now. Sometimes they want to come back. Every case is different. But by applying these strategies and seeking support, you can take steps towards keeping that door open for reconciliation and rebuilding a stronger, more nurturing relationship. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of this video. We'll see you in the next video.